Hello again and welcome back to my channel, and thank you very much for subscribing to my videos. And all my new subscribers, I really appreciate you coming here. And my mission is to enlighten all of you with reality, with the truth of the world, and not where you've been residing. So today my topic is no one has any power over you unless you allow it. And I know a lot of people think, well, yeah, in some cases, but not in all cases. But no, in every single case. Now, if you've been watching my videos, then you know that I reiterate every single time is what you think is what you create. So think about this. Ever since you were born, you've been fed all kinds of lies. Things to follow, like, I don't know, that people have power over you. That's number one. That, you know, how you're supposed to behave in a relationship. What food is best for you. If you do this or do that, this will harm you, etc. I mean, and then you've got, you know, all the commercials about all the, you know, pharmaceuticals or whatever. You know, it's just one thing after another. And then you go to school, and everything you learn in school about history and life is not reality. Everything that's on television, all the movies, all the news, that's not reality. So look at it this way. Everything has been based on fear. And fear-based information is false evidence appearing real. Now, how does that work? Well, it works with what I said originally. What you think is what you create. So if you've been bombarded, well, you have, we all have, with fear-based knowledge, and then there's, oh gosh, movies about, you know, death and dying and wars and destruction and everything, you know, robberies and news and fear of this and fear of that. People are afraid to go out. And you know what? You're giving your fear power over you. That's what you're doing. So yes, fear is false evidence appearing real. Now, to be honest with you, I first learned about this when I was married to my second husband. And his mother, she was very controlling, very bossy. We both feared her, him and me. And we were going to visit them. We lived in a different state at the time, and we were going to visit them. And we talked to our, you know, counselor about, like, how are we going to handle this situation? Because she always has a way of manipulating you and getting you to do things you don't want to do. And my mother was the same way. And it really was the therapist who first pointed out to me that I allow her to have power over me. And that was the first I ever heard of it. And then he guided us on how to behave and how to react to things that she said. And to be honest, I don't really remember any of it. I only do remember the outcome. This was a bossy, mean woman. She didn't like her son and she didn't like me, so you can imagine what that was like. And she played right out of our hands because we took our power back. That's what you have to do. You need to take your power back because you are powerful. You all by yourself. But we allow other people to have power over us because it's what we've been brought up to believe. Um, so she started asking us for our opinion on things. That's like never ever happened. And she was really nice. She was super nice. So the way other people treat you is what you allow. Now, when it comes to, like, I don't know, the government doesn't have any power over you. I'm thinking about all these powerful organizations, or that you believe have power. Actually, to be honest with you, there's no power on this planet at all. The power is not here. It's off here. It's your guidance, your intuition. And you're guided to do things and to know things and to believe things. And that's all you should follow. But anyway, let's see. Oh, the military, the police, the court system, your parents, I mean, anything you can think of, any situation that you can go back in your mind to, your boss, if I didn't mention that. So if you go to work, let's say, and you believe that your boss has power over you, then you're going to fear your boss. When you find out that nobody has power over you, then you have no fear. Now I'm giving you an example because you know I always do. I brought this up before. It was about oh, actually, no, I'm not even going to bring that up. It's a better story. It's my third husband who is in the military, and he's a lot younger than me. And at the time, he was on a Navy ship. And he come home and tell me how he feared his boss and the captains and all that. And I kept telling him, you give them that power. And in the beginning he thought I was crazy, but he knew me well enough to sometimes listen to my other thought process. So actually, he went to work. He had a meeting with his captain. And I guided him on, how to think about his captain. And if you want to say something to him, or if you want to say whatever to him, then that's what you do. And don't fear any outcome or whatever. So he came home that night and he said, wow, you're right. He goes, the captain answered my questions. He was really nice, et cetera, et cetera. And that's it. That's how it works. It's about knowing that if you believe something, you create it. It's the workings of the universe. It's whatever you believe, you attract to you. Whatever you think, you attract it to you. Whatever you fear, you bring that more to you. So, the other one was about my boss. I told you about this like 3 times already, but how, I used to fear him, and I heard stories about him, and people at work told me how he talked about me. And being Jewish, they told me, don't you ever tell him you're Jewish because he hates Jews. And so one thing I had mentioned, I think in my last video about the religious stuff, is what I didn't mention was that I always felt like I was lucky because I don't look Jewish. And most people think I'm Spanish or Italian or Greek or biracial or anything but Jewish. So I used to hide my Judaism from people. Now, I never wore the Star of David, never talked about it. And this particular boss made a decision by looking at me that I was Italian. And whatever Italian meant to him was who I was. So in his mind, Italians are sassy, they're spiteful, they speak their mind. They're hot-headed. They're, yeah, hot-headed, like that. Now, I wasn't, but he would always make, stories and put me in that category because in his mind, that's what I was. I was Italian and that was my personality. He didn't even know me, you know? And a lot of people do this to you and you're probably not even aware of it. They prejudge you from things that they think that they know, things that they've learned and been taught. It's kind of a joke. So anyway, I stood up to him, which I had mentioned before. I'm just going to say this really quick. And, while I was standing up to him, and I was nice, I just told him what I thought. I spoke my truth for the first time in my life. And the outcome was positive. So that's another thing. I know this is what you call a teachable moment. It's not about having power over others, or maybe it is. Like with relationships, you all don't tell your significant other what you really believe or what your truth is because you fear, right? You fear what they're going to think of you, how they're going to treat you. Maybe they'll leave you. Maybe they'll break up with you. Maybe if it's your husband, they'll divorce you. I mean, think about all these things that you are fearful of when in truth, when you speak your truth, you get respect. You get a whole different outcome. And if your significant other leaves you over it, then you're blessed with that information because you shouldn't be with them in the first place. So anyway, in reality, all you need to do is, first of all, realize that you all make your thoughts positive. And get rid of the fact that you have to fear anyone because, you all put so much into people like in office or someone who has a degree. They're so much smarter than you. Going to college doesn't make you smart. Nothing on this planet makes you smart. Because you've already been here a million times. And all the information you remember in your mind comes from other lifetimes too. And all of these people that you put on a pedestal or you put above you are just reflections of you. So anyone that reflects you, you have that part of their personality. Because again, we're only one. We're all equal. There's nobody on this planet who's smarter than you, and there's nobody on this planet who has more power over you. Just because someone goes to school and learns, higher vocabulary, it doesn't make them smart. We all are the same. You were equal with everybody on the planet, even the bad people on the planet. We're connected to everything and everyone. And then a lot of these teenagers and stuff, they idolize these movie people and movie stars and, singers. And, that would just be like you like to sing. Maybe you like to do certain things. And then you become famous because you have a great voice. Does that mean you're better than everyone else? Does that mean you should be idolized by everybody? No. Singing is brought to you as a gift from God because it's very healing. Music is the melody of the universe, as long as it's not, negative stuff about how women are whores and sluts and, that kind of stuff. You know where I'm going with that one. But seriously, you wake up in the morning, you focus on yourself, and that's not being selfish. Everything comes from you. Everything comes out from you. Everything that you think and you believe, you draw to you. You do it. Nobody else does it. So your fears draw a lot to you. Anyway, so you wake up in the morning and You say affirmations. Everything is positive. So your view becomes positive. You practice positivity every day, and then everybody around you is positive, and everything you see is positive. If you focus on the negative, then you attract that, and you give the negative power over you. You see, you've given all of the bad shit power over you, and you don't even know it. So I just want you to realize that nobody has power over you. You're in charge of your life. You're in charge of what everything happens to you. You attract what you think. Relationships are what you feel. If you don't love yourself, you'll attract lessons. You have to love yourself to attract the right people. And that's pretty much my message. I put this meme out that's on the face, I think, of this video. And people have asked me how that works. And that, with my guides, wanted me to share you the truthful information. So get rid of your fear. The way to do it is to say positive affirmations every day as soon as you wake up. Anytime a negative thought enters your mind or a fear thought, just say, lose the story. I lose the story. Because whatever you put in your mind is what you do. Think about it as a baby who cries because, Johnny took her toy, and you go up to the baby and you just give her another toy and you direct her attention somewhere else. She forgot about it. That's how you do it to yourself too. To keep those thoughts out of your mind, just say, I lose the story, I lose the story, I lose the story. If you woke up this morning and you're super depressed and suicidal, breathe. Repeat affirmations until you release it, because you will release it. Because when you're depressed, you're drawing in everybody's energy that's depressed. And it is influencing you 10 times. It's that powerful. But when you're happy and in love with yourself, you attract that to you 10 times more powerful. So all you have to do is just say, I am happy, I am free, I am powerful, and repeat it. One of them, I don't care, one at a time. And then you will feel it in your body. It's simple. You don't need medication. You don't need drugs. You don't need anything, just your words. That's all you need. You can change anything by your thoughts, by your words. And when you go to work, you can change it right now before you go to work. I have the best loving boss. If your boss has been an asshole, and you talked about that boss all the time to your friends, and then you start hating to go to work, and it doesn't have to be your boss, but you just do this with everything. You say the opposite. My boss is so understanding, so loving, so kind. Every day, that's all you say, because you also create your future. So in the future, that's what you will have. Simple. So that's my message for today. And I hope that my info in teaching you and guiding you how to change who you are, and really, it's not really who you are. You're veiled with lies, propaganda, fear-based knowledge. Your truth is love. When you leave the planet, you go back to love. And that's all you are. You don't go back to the planet and go, oh my God, I'm so glad I'm here because I don't want to see her and I hated him and he was a dick and No. Because that's not reality. That's the propaganda and the veils that are on this planet. The matrix, whatever. Okay? So You are powerful. I am powerful. I am powerful. I am powerful. I am happy. I'm happy. I'm happy. And just practice it. You've got to practice this all the time because you can't change who you are in 2 seconds. But you can change who you are for a lifetime because you will become that person. Just automatically, just like you became the person you are right now, you will become a different person because you will change how you speak to yourself. You will know that you create everything that happens to you. So you will stop. That'll be your incentive. When you see the outcome, when you see the gifts that come to you, how could you not stop being that other person? Doesn't that make sense? Anyway, I do want to remind you to please share my videos. And please like them and email me anytime you want to. If you're a friend on Facebook, message me on Facebook. I am always here for you. Now, of course, if I'm busy, I can get back with you. If you message me, I'll get back to you within 24 hours. So have a beautiful, blessed day and be the powerful person that you really are and know it in your heart. Bless you.